All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Here's Emmy Award winner Homer.
The best 60 minutes of your day, the busy Wednesday Homer Hour, starting with Rain Man. I believe, Pebble, we have 3 tied with 7.
A 3-way tie atop the leaderboard, Homer. We have
Matt?
Nick in Sussex, Matt in Tosa, and last week's contestant, Joe in Milwaukee.
They all have 7. Don't believe that 7 will win when this ends at the end of the year. But the odds are best that there'll be a tie because it seems like that's happened the last 3 contests, I believe. 1-8
3-way tie last, or two contests ago. 3-way tie. Last contest was a 2-way tie top.
But always a tie. We haven't
Always
had a separate winner in a
in the
while.
last couple contests.
Yep. 1-800-990-3776. 1-800-990-3776. Caller number 5. And want to thank, of course, the partners, Cousin Subs. They've decided that even if you stink and get 0, which someone did, you still get a $25 gift card. So it seems to me I would, even if I wasn't any good at this, still do it because I'm guaranteed a $25 gift card from Cousin Subs. And always the possibility that I could win the contest, which would get me Cousin Subs for a year, worth about $300. So thanks to Cousin Subs. Other great partners, Saganiac Planning. I have finally figured it out. A name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service for many, many years. And then I discovered in assessing how good they are at what they do, they've been doing it well for over 50 years. That's how you can be good, really, really, really good. So Saganiac Planning is now a name synonymous with employee benefits, top-notch service, and been doing it well for over 50 years. Also, a phone number you can remember. All you have to remember is 783. Saganiac Planning, 262-783. Roger Maris, 6161.
That number again, 262-783-6161.
Yeah, I didn't do it very well. 262-783-6161. So, Rain Man, 15 questions, 2 minutes. The first question is the Saganiac Planning Marquette trivia question. Has to be about Marquette. The other 14, whatever I choose, think that it would be an appropriate challenge for somebody who's in sports trivia. Who do we have today, Pebble?
We have Zach in Muskego.
Zach in Muskego, you are on 94.5 ESPN, and I need your Rain Man resume, how you have done, if ever, in past Rain Man chances.
I think this is my 3rd time, and I got 6 or 7 was my best so far. So
6 or 7 was your best. That's not bad. That would mean to me that you got a legitimate shot.
I think that means he's making fun of 6'7".
Okay. All right.
I think this 6'7" is some kind of meme or something that he's saying, Homer.
I think Rain Man is going to have a slight delay.
Oh, boy. Rain Man is thrown off. It is
Yes.
a big day, Homer. Do you know what day it is?
It's a day for me to feel grateful that I've worked for you for 20 years.
With me.
No. Sorry. Nice try.
20 years.
Yes. I didn't even tell all the great stories. I just told one. I'll never forget it. This
Cheers
is nice.
to 20 years, Homer.
Yes.
From Waukesha to Jefferson Street to Wisconsin Avenue across the street to our current home. We've been through 1510 to 1290 nights to 540 to 94.5. There's been a lot of journeys that have brought us to where we sit today.
It's been fantastic. You were aware of the stupidest moment I ever had in all my years of broadcasting. I'd been working a very short period of time, and I said, I came in and said, I have to talk with you. I said, I'm not sure I can work here. I said, if I'd have known what I know now, I never would have come here. I said, we don't even have a damn trash can in the studio. And you were just there like, and then I go, don't you have anything to say? Don't you have any response? He goes, we can get you a trash can. And I thought, oh man, how stupid must I have sounded? He just said, we can get you. Are you okay? And everything was fine, but
now we don't have any trash cans, so it all worked out well for everybody.
I've moved on, and
I think about back to when Tim Van Born connected us initially, and I had watched you at a charity softball game, and because I had heard you on the air for years and years, and then I saw how you were off the air, and I think it really speaks to you as the person. We talk a lot about doing that invisible work, like the work people do when people don't see it. The way you treat people when other people don't know may be your defining characteristic in so many ways, because you could be obnoxious, you could be sarcastic, you could do on X whatever you do with people, but when nobody's looking, nobody treats people better than you. And I think that's what you value most and why you do it.
I wasn't all that way. I was fascinated by you because of your father, and I didn't know him, but how he did things. And what seemed to be the most important thing to you was relationships. And I learned there were a couple of people from Marquette. John Saganiak Sr. was one.
Who, by the way, we learned just like in the last week that his name's actually pronounced Saganiak.
Yes, there's a debate, debate in the family. There's another person from Bayard, Pat Lawton, and I just observed them and was amazed at how kind they were. Never asked for anything other than just that you said thank you. And I thought, when I'm older, I hope people would look at me the way I look at them in terms of maybe having some influence, but never, ever saying this is what you should do. It was just to observe them. And I don't know if I'm correct on you. I think to you, given your entire life and all you've experienced, relationships is the most important thing. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But
no, I think relationships are. I don't think I did it, though, because it was like, that wasn't like a core value type thing. That was more of like, I'm 22 starting a company. How am I going to survive? I think you need long-term relationships, right?
Maybe, but I'm not sure everybody at an age thinks that at the top of the list. They think, I don't know, I've never been.
Yeah, but it's pretty amazing, though, because you think about you in relationships, which you're not crediting yourself for. Jason Wilde was part of your show over 20 years ago.
Right.
Tim Van Born, we talked about as being part of how you ended up coming here 20 years ago. Those people are teammates who are still part of your show every week.
I am proud of that. And I would add Gary Ellerson, who was selling cars, and we were doing a show on Channel 12. And I said, I remember him, and he's been doing it for, 15 years or whatever since then. And yeah, that those people have gone on and, not gone on, but that you think they're good and then you benefit from it. And yeah, that's been a nice thing.
Yeah. Well, I think everyone loves listening to this hour. As I've told you, when you move to this hour, I get to hear you more than I had in a long time. And the content's great. And more importantly, I think the relationship has been, and the big 20 balloon and the cake that is here,
So since you're here, you're going to have to put up with my second story.
Sure.
So on Twitter, I said you came and visited me at the funeral, I didn't mention, of my older brother. It was a terrible death from brain cancer, and he was the smartest, true by 100-fold. And it wasn't long after that when my dad passed away, and it wasn't anything I talked about on the air at all. It's not what I do. It's in South Bend, Indiana, and who shows up at his funeral? You, again.
I just happened to be in the neighborhood.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, it was important to me, and it's something that, you deciding to come to us at the time, and you could say, hey, you were fascinated because you'd heard about my father's success, or
No,
we were willing to pay you more, or you had been thrown on late at night on
It was
WISN or whatever it was. But whatever it was, you made a choice to come to us at a time where very few people would have made the choice. And that was something that meant a lot to me. And the fact of there's people who bet on you at different times, and you weren't the first, but you're definitely on the earlier end, and one of the first in Milwaukee, certainly.
No, I wanted to work for you. The person who was my agent, who was a friend, said, "Do you know what you're doing?" I said, "Yeah, I'm working for him." And I had someone else approach me after that to do something, and I said, "You're wasting your time. I'll go have breakfast with you forever." Well, why? I work for him. Long as he's still there, I'm not leaving. Well, but I said, we'll have lunch next week. You're not him. I'm not working. And I told people when you acquired TMJ, you'd be the luckiest people. Things are weird sometimes about the land of Karmazin, but know this, you're just really lucky. And I think if you ask those people, they would say the same today. And I'm happy that you came in, so that you can look me in the eye and realize how thankful I am for you.
Yep. I do know that, and you've made that clear, and that means a lot. And I think you always have a warped view of everything, from Jackson Churio to Ricky Weeks, who you guaranteed was going to be a Hall of Famer at one point.
I'm honored that you bring that up, because that's the best you got, and that was a long time ago.
To me, it's like the ultimate of like, where
I analyzed that as to where I went wrong.
No, but at the time you were right in that, like, if no second baseman has ever produced the way he's producing over these 2 months. So if he's going to be this good a hitter, he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Jim Gantner, they brought him into work, and he didn't say how good it was. He's like, he just does things differently. That's not a sign to be a Hall of Famer. You don't do things differently.
Yeah, I guess we know that now.
Yeah, no, I analyzed that a lot, wondering how I could be that wrong.
I'm just hoping you're that wrong on Jackson Churio.
Well, no, that's not the same. I didn't really say the same thing at all.
No. I'm saying just wrong to think that because of his chase rate and because of his lack of walks that he can't be an elite hitter, and that you don't just learn that in the major leagues. Like, you're not a hot take artist. You have a thought process.
There's a limit to how much better great players. I mean, I'm talking about him as a historic player versus being a very good player, and that's the thing he's got to figure out. And he's figured it out a little bit better, but you can only be so bad at certain things.
Yeah. And as I said, those takes, both bad. The take on me has worked out okay, but I think the thing you underestimate, as maybe you do in other things, is it's not about one person. It's about a team. And there's times where things,
Okay. Let me just say this, because it's the same way with the Packers. It's about the team, but the team takes on the character of that person. This company takes the character of you, like the Packers won because of Ron Wolf.
He
created a character.
Talked about me way too long.
It's good. You want to stay some more? You come on the whole show. I got more stuff.
No, I think we're behind. I think we're behind.
Okay.
Homer, congratulations. 20 years, amazing. Appreciate you. And, couldn't be more grateful enough for you coming into the lives of me and our team.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Rain Man next.
Congratulations to Homer on 20 years at Good Karma Brands.
Homer, Lightning Lance Davis here. Congratulations, man. 20 years with Good Karma Brands. I've been along the ride for 17 of those in Milwaukee. Very happy for you. Thank you for everything you do for our partners, our fans, and our teammates. And you are a national treasure. Congrats, Homer.
Homer, happy 20th anniversary at GKB. 20 years there means 60 overall or something like that? They don't need to put you in an institution, because you are an institution. Congratulations.
Looks like we've got a crash now, but it's off the freeway system. It's on eastbound Greenfield Avenue at 117th. The left lane is blocked, so watch out for that. Otherwise, we've got delays southbound 43 from Capitol Drive down through the Marquette all the way down past Lincoln. The northbound side slowing down from the high-rise bridge all the way up to North Avenue. Southbound 41 still very heavy from Main Street all the way down to Good Hope Road. Back on the brakes from Appleton Avenue down past Capitol. And the northbound side slowing down just before Mayfair Road all the way up to Capitol. Traffic is brought to you by Dick & Schroff Heating and Cooling, now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Join a winning positive team culture that sets them apart. Apply today at dickandschroff.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, slight chance for a lakeside shower, mostly cloudy, a low of 57. Tomorrow, slight chance for a lakeside shower, becoming mostly sunny, a high of 70. Weather is brought to you by Avondale Roofing. Raise the roof and your standards with Avondale Roofing, your trusted partner for over 30 years. Remember, they get on top so you don't have to. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC? Dick & Schroff Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Schroff offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandschroff.com. Dick & Schroff Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandschroff.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Frucci, Managing Partner and PGA Professional at Morningstar Golfers Club, and I'd like to personally invite you to play your next round of golf at Morningstar. Lush green fairways, velvet smooth greens, magnificent vistas from high above our championship golf course. Morningstar was created with the serious golfer in mind, and it continues to be the public course by which all other area public courses are measured. Book your tee time today and reserve a spot on our membership wait list. Come out and see what all of Southeast Wisconsin's been talking about. Hey, you played the rest. Now play the best.
The Fall Trade-Up event is happening now at Cunis. With winter on the horizon, trade up now to a new, safe, and reliable vehicle. We'll do whatever it takes to make a deal at nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis locations in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and the new Cunis Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. We have huge incentives and discounts on the most popular cars, trucks, and SUVs from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Thinking pre-owned? We have over 2,500 in stock with payments for every budget. Plus, check out our service specials on brakes, tires, and oil changes.
I'm Brian Bohm, General Manager of Cunis of Oak Creek.
And I'm Bill Eater, General Manager of Cunis of Greenfield.
We would like to invite you to take advantage of these great monthly specials.
And remember that your vehicle will be covered by our exclusive No Fear lifetime powertrain warranty included with new and qualified pre-owned purchases.
Call or stop in today for your VIP appointment.
Don't miss the Fall Trade-Up event. Start your search online at CunisMilwaukee.com.
Jen Latta here from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Fall in Wisconsin means football season, crisp evenings, apple orchards, and pumpkin patches. But it is also one of the best times to sell your home. With serious buyers looking and fewer homes on the market, you could score a deal before winter hits with the We Sell Group. Don't delay until chaos hits in the spring. The We Sell Group is ready to give your home a home field advantage so it gets sold this fall. The We Sell Group, helping Wisconsinites score big in their next chapter. Get started with Rob and Nick at WeSell.kw.
Rain Man is brought to you by Cousin Subs. Crispy chicken tenders are now available at Cousin Subs. Order today in store at cousinsubs.com or with the Cousins app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Congratulations to Homer on 20 years at Good Karma Brands.
Homer, first and foremost, I want to say welcome to the GKB 20-year club. People who've been with the company now for 20 years, and I cannot imagine my career without you here at GKB. I'm so glad to be able to call you a teammate. I cherish the 6.5 years we got to do Homer and Gabe together. Of course, love our time together on Marquette, Green Bay game night, and a lot of other opportunities as well. You've been a wonderful mentor and person and helpful in my career, but maybe more importantly, you've been one of the best people I've known at GKB.
Jason Wilde will be here in just a second. We need to do Rain Man. My apologies, but not really for the delay. Zach, are you ready to go?
Ready to go.
Sorry to wait. The first question is the Saganiac Planning Marquette trivia question. We have 15. The best so far is 7. You ready to go?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. How many Sweet 16 NCAA appearances by Shaka Smart at Marquette?
3.
Incorrect. Since 2019, what NFL team has the best regular season record?
Eagles.
Incorrect. Since 2019, what NFL team has the best regular season record but no Super Bowl win?
Pass.
What team leads the NFL, allowing only 14.7 points per game?
Packers.
Correct. Who is the coach of the Cowboys' first and last name?
Brian Schottenheimer.
Correct. Famous ice blow within 5 degrees. What was the wind chill?
38 below.
Incorrect. Kurt Signetti, the Indiana coach, was an assistant at what college 2007 to 2010?
Pass.
Signetti was head coach at IUP 2011 to 2016. What is the full name of that school?
Pass.
What current major college head coach was the defensive coordinator of Luke Fickell in his first 4 years at Cincinnati?
Pass.
AP Top 25 college football poll this week. Who's number 1 and 2?
Pass.
He leads the NFL, 338 yards rushing.
Derrick Henry.
Incorrect. He leads the NFL, 860 yards passing.
Jared Goff.
Incorrect. He leads the NFL, 9 passing touchdowns.
Jared Goff.
Incorrect. Toronto player leads Major League Baseball into today's play, 181 hits.
Bo Bichette.
Correct. Into today's play, among the players on the team, the entire season, he leads the Brewers' 291 batting average.
Dale Frelick.
Correct. 1, 2, 3. I got 4, Pebble.
I have 4 as well.
All right. I believe that Zach will feel that he should have done better, but we'll see. I always do that.
College isn't my strong suit.
Oh, okay. All right. How many Sweet 16 NCAA appearances by Shaka Smart?
0?
1. 2023-24. Remember they beat Colorado and made it there.
Yes, that's right.
Since 2019, what NFL team has the best regular season record?
Kansas City Chiefs?
Correct. Since 2019, what NFL team has the best regular season record and no Super Bowl win?
The Bills?
Buffalo Bills. The Packers are third. Yes, the Packers have the best defensive, giving up only 14.7 points per game. Brian Schottenheimer. Famous ice ball within 5 degrees. What was the wind chill?
Minus 45.
That would be correct. It was minus 46. You had between minus 41 and 51. Kurt Signetti, Indiana coach, was an assistant at what college 2007 to 2010?
He was with Saban at Alabama.
Yeah, he was. He was the head coach at IUP. What is the full title of that school?
I think it's Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
That is correct. What current major college head coach, and maybe this explains Fickell's success at Cincinnati, was the defensive coordinator for Luke Fickell in his first 4 years at Cincinnati?
Yeah, I don't know that one.
I know. Everybody should. Marcus Freeman now at Notre Dame.
That's right.
AP Top 25 college football poll. Who's 1 and 2?
The world-famous Ohio State Buckeyes, as Gus Johnson would say, and number 2 is the Miami Hurricanes.
That is correct. He leads the NFL in rushing, 338 yards.
Jonathan Taylor?
From Wisconsin. He leads the NFL, 860 yards passing.
Justin Herbert.
And he leads the NFL, 9 passing touchdowns.
Justin Herbert?
Lamar Jackson. How do you feel, Zach? Should you have gotten some of those right?
Yeah, I should have got a lot more. Not a lot more, but
not a lot more. You're at 4, I would say. Like you could have maybe made 7. You were a little unlucky on the famous ice bowl. Wind chill minus 46. I didn't even know Indiana University of Pennsylvania. How do you have such a place? There's probably an explanation for it. All right, thanks so much, Zach. You get the $25 gift card from Cousin Subs. And you can, since you're not a leader, continue and do it again next week if you wish. Or in a couple of weeks, you have to check the rules.
It's time for Jason Wilde on the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
Everybody needs to talk about the Green Bay Packers. I'm curious, what's on Jason's list now? Has he moved on from Cleveland? Good afternoon. Good evening, Jason.
I didn't realize this was such a big deal, your 20th anniversary.
I didn't either, but...
been doing this since Don Hudson was roaming the sidelines.
That is true, and it was a fantastic thing because I got to talk about the boss so much so that he ended the segment, which is great because
he is great too. There's no doubt about that. But you're still. I'm glad that we're celebrating you because you are the GOAT, and I remember, for folks that don't know, first of all, I owe a huge portion of my career to you and Chris Roth.
You owe only the start. You would have started with somebody else and been just as successful. But yes, you
I was just a writer, and then Chris Roth recommended me to you to join you in your previous incarnation on a different station.
And then night with Uncle Homie. I think you were a part of that.
Then they moved you to nighttime because they
were going to get rid of me.
Realized that you were the GOAT, and they were trying to push you out, and you refused to leave. So they gave you a terrible time slot, and so I would spend my evenings on night with Uncle Homie, and then obviously, but I was already because of you and because of Chris Roth, I had already started doing stuff with Drew Olson and those guys when they were in the early days of ESPN Milwaukee, and I had already started with Craig also on the Madison station. It wasn't ESPN Madison yet, and so when you came over, I just and I don't know what Craig said because I was transcribing my conversation with Elton Jenkins in which he said he has played like the S word, which I thought was pretty blunt for his description of how he's played, and we'll get to the Packers in a second. But I remember, I had obviously been doing a bunch of hits on different shows of ours, like I still do to this day. But, and I don't know if Craig talked about this or not, but for me, we would be on like one station during daylight hours, then we'd switch to another station at night, and there was all this, Craig built this to be we've had such success thanks to him. But I always look at when we got you, that it legitimized us. Like we've got Homer, and that was a big deal to me. And so it said to me that we weren't just out in a trailer in Waukesha. We were headed places, and you were one of the people, and getting you on the team, to me anyway, said, hey, we're for real. And so I love that we're celebrating 20 years of that. And I'm glad that even though you hate stuff like that, and you deflected it to talk about Craig and how great he is, that we at least took some time to acknowledge that because it's really awesome.
Thank you. But I mention that because that's the only reason I'm here and have been here for 20 years.
Yeah, he's the best. There's no doubt. I owe him a ton too, obviously. But at this point, I'm just thankful for all you guys.
All right, thanks.
So, like Micah Parsons is thankful for the Dallas Cowboys, who would not let him out of his lease of a suite at AT&T Stadium. So he'll have a suite full of his family and friends, and it'll essentially be the only time he uses it.
Why wouldn't they? You didn't say?
I don't know, because Jerry Jones is mad at him, I assume, and probably told the suite manager,
well, but do you agree?
Don't let him out of his...
How mad are you at someone when you send him to the Packers? That's what you do if you like someone, right? I mean,
Yeah, well, I mean, it worked out great for him, but they obviously were never going to pay him, and I loved what Parsons said today. Just talking about how, because even though he said that it's just another game, we all know it's not. Like I don't think any of us believes him when he says that. But he was asked about what, for him anyway, about there not being a tribute video, and he said there's a lot of things that I can consider disrespectful throughout this process, but I wouldn't say the tribute is one of them. I just think there's hard feelings maybe for them, but for me, I'm happy where I'm at, and we got a really good football team, so I guess I can receive my tribute with a win.
Do you think it's as simple as you just alluded to that they didn't want to pay him?
Yeah, I think it got more problematic when Jerry thought they'd agreed, which again, I just don't.
No, that's just Bush. He knows you got to talk with an agent, and yes, you talk with him. You think we're done, but you.
Right, exactly. So that's crap. And look, Jerry has. I don't know Micah Parsons. We're not friends, so I'm not siding with him because I have to cover him.
But that's coming up with some way to prevent it from happening. Yeah.
Right. It just made it. It made it contentious.
But why didn't they explore all the other options? They could have gotten more for him, or better picks, or sent him to a dump, or I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they had a whole lot of options.
Okay.
So I don't. I think they were kind of stuck, obviously, but at the same time, I think he did land in a really good place.
Of course.
And so I don't think he doesn't feel something like he even joked that he called Kenny Clark and asked him if he wanted to sublet the suite from him. And I mean, I love the fact that he tried that because that's something I would try to do. Well, they're going to make me keep it. Can I at least sublet it to the guy that's replacing me?
Yeah, I think that's a smart.
And it didn't work. He didn't want it. But that just seems small to me. Why would you do that? To be punitive and just be kind of a jerk about it. I don't understand.
And not to respect all that he did for the team in the years he was there. It's not like he was a
right.
bum.
I agree. Again, I agree, and so it just feels like, it's a small way to handle something, and take the high road. But Jerry, I think his track record would tell you that that's not what he does.
And Dallas is a mess. I mean, granted, it's on the road, but given what happened, the Packers should. I mean, I will be disappointed if they don't win by double figures.
Yeah, I would agree. I would think that they should come out and be supremely focused and supremely motivated. And I would also say, Tausch has said this for years, and he's 1,000% right, as he is with most, but not all things. That your message as a coach is getting through when you hear your players using the same phraseology. And I think every player I talked to today talked about going 1-0 every week and going 1-0 this week. And LaFleur said that specifically about what Rasheed Walker had said.
Walker Damas.
And yes. And so
but he also gave them an answer, so they never have to address it anymore. I mean, who knows? You just say, we go 1-0, 1-0, and
yeah, and that's what they're doing, and so that's great, right? I mean, it's boring for me, and LaFleur knows that, but for them, and look, they get to be colorful and interesting and engaging in different ways. It's not like that's all they say is, well, we got to go 1-0 this week, and that's how they answer every single question we ask them. That's not what's happening here. But when it comes to that kind of stuff, clearly Matt LaFleur, as he said himself, was pissed. And I understand it. I did talk to Rasheed briefly today, and I understand his frustration. I said I'll be honest with you. I think I know it got out of hand, but I don't think that was from.
It didn't get out of hand, Jason. It didn't get out of hand at all. He said they were going to go undefeated. Now he did try to make it. And by saying that, I thought the last 2 years you could take it. He's proven that he's crazy.
He's not very good at predicting the future.
Yes,
right.
but nobody says it. You followed. How many players? I only had one. I remember when Leroy Butler did it. That's the only player I can remember. Even when you remember 2011 better. I don't know at what point if they addressed that, but I still don't ever remember anybody on that team saying we're going undefeated. Did they?
Yeah, no, I don't. No, I mean, I think Charles Woodson talked about the possibility in 11 and said basically that should be the goal. But that was it. Again, Look, he messed up. He was, and I said, this is what we were talking about today. I'm like, look, I understand how it happened, and I said this to LaFleur in the press conference as someone who has a tendency to ramble myself. Sometimes you start talking, and you end up saying something that you weren't necessarily planning on saying.
Right, and he gets a bit of a pass because people like him. He's not a, he doesn't hold court and all this kind of stuff, and he also caught a break that they lost the next week, so. It'll never be brought up again.
That's exactly right. Yeah, exactly. And again, he wasn't Joe Namath sitting poolside before Super Bowl III. Like, this was in the course of conversation. But my point is, what really matters is, A, they got beat, so that talk is over. B, the head coach was mad. C, they have now kind of honed in on their messaging. And I think it is, everyone keeps asking me, whatever show I'm on, is this a good thing that they lost? Well, no. I mean, you never want to lose, right? You want to be – you'd rather not have this blemish on your record. But if you learn from it the way they clearly think they need to and are trying to, then it can be beneficial. Now, look, there's other reasons you lose games, and one of them is their offensive line being, in a challenging situation right now, right? I mean – I don't think they're going to play Aaron Banks. I talked to Zach Tom today. I have a very hard time picturing him being out there. Like, why on earth, after what happened on Sunday in Cleveland, would you even consider risking playing him?
Right.
So I know Adam Schefter reported that he's not expected to play. Zach Tom was still keeping up appearances because that's what they want them to do, is to make you think,
I don't get that.
Okay,
I don't get that. Someone needs to tell them.
All right. In my opinion, in instances like this, just say, look, our starting five are going to be Rasheed Walker at left tackle, Jordan Morgan at left guard,
right?
Elton Jenkins at center, Sean Ryan at right guard, and Anthony Belton at right tackle. Now, I would also argue, and we're going to talk to Steno tomorrow, Adam Stenovich, the offensive coordinator. We don't have the assistant, like the position coaches, but I do want to ask Steno, I understand that Anthony Belton's inexperienced, but what the hell did you do that for? Like, he played well enough against Washington. I understand who the opponent was, but, you decide to put Jordan Morgan, who spent most of training camp at left guard and left tackle, and who was rotating at right guard in the first game, and then started at left guard with Banks out for the second game. You decide it's a good idea to now have him play right tackle? So, between training camp practices and preseason games and now regular season games, he has played every position except center.
And he's not that good
to
be able to do that.
He hasn't played – right. And I asked Elton about him, too, when I was talking to him today, because my other thought was, okay, this is a guy that obviously knows how to play a variety of positions. Well, he's a different guy. He's got the ability to do that. And Jordan Morgan doesn't to this point. Now, you could argue that Jordan Morgan with more experience may eventually be able to do that, but Elton was able to do it immediately, and Zach Tom was able to do it immediately. And maybe that's one of those things that you either can do it or you can't, and you can't really learn to be versatile. Maybe he can, but Elton's point, he kept going back to how athletic he is. Well, maybe he's a guy who's really athletic, but from just a technique and everything else standpoint, he just needs to play one position. And I think that'll be the case next year. I think he'll be the starting left tackle, and he can just be the left tackle. Nobody was asking David Bakhtiari to move once he became the left tackle. He just played left tackle. And maybe that's the kind of player he actually is.
Well, you watch it. It was clear, and you said this with other offensive linemen, how good someone is that they can do it. And I don't think he's ever impressed from day one, this guy, he can play multiple positions. I don't remember you ever talking and saying anything about him the way you talked about Zach Tom or Jenkins. Just in terms of their ability as a player, forget position.
Right, and the problem is that, look, in fairness to Jordan Morgan, he has been perfectly honest about this from the start. I want to play left tackle. I played left tackle throughout high school. I played left tackle throughout college in Arizona. I never played anywhere else. That's where I'm comfortable. That's where I think I'm good. And he's basically, with the exception of some preseason games, played everywhere but that spot. So that's not, coaches always talk about it's their job to put guys in position to succeed. And at this point, in fairness to Jordan Morgan, who doesn't get a pass for playing poorly, not trying to give him excuses, but the bottom line is that he's been put in positions that clearly he's not good enough to do at this point. And maybe he's never going to be good enough to do, but next year when Sheed is signed with somebody else, presumably, then he's going to be the starting left tackle, and he could just be that guy.
I'm not sold on that, but we'll see.
I'm not either, but I'm saying I think I would argue this because I did think he played well in preseason at left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's much more likely that he is a good NFL left tackle than he is a versatile offensive lineman that you can play anywhere.
I will join that club. Thanks, Jason.
All right. Happy anniversary, Homer. Take care. Be good.
Tim Van Born next.
Congratulations to Homer on 20 years at Good Karma Brands.
20 years at Good Karma Brands? Awesome, Homer, as you like to say. Hi, everyone, it's Tom Pippins. And whether you're doing your show from 5 to 6 or whether you're doing the play-by-play of Marquette University broadcasts with your good friend, the analyst Tony Smith, you do everything with passion. And that includes living out your faith, family, in service to other people. You have done so much for so many. Buddy, here's to another 20 years on Good Karma Brands. Take good care, and God bless you and the true family.
We've got backups on southbound 43 right now from Capitol Drive, pretty much all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge down towards Lincoln. The northbound side backing up out of the Marquette all the way up to North Avenue. Southbound on 41, heavy from just south of Main Street, Menominee Falls to Good Hope Road, back on the brakes from Appleton Avenue all the way down past Hampton. Northbound slowing down from Mayfair Road up to Capitol Drive. Southbound on the bypass, you got backups heading right through the zoo all the way down to Lincoln and again from Oklahoma into the Hale. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, slight chance for a lakeside shower, mostly cloudy, a low of 57. Tomorrow, slight chance for lakeside showers, becoming mostly sunny, a high of 70. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
When it comes to joint replacement, you want the best care available. The Orthopedic Surgery Center in Pewaukee is a leader in joint replacement, offering same-day surgery with advanced technology. Their team of experts specializes in knee, hip, and shoulder replacements, using the latest techniques to minimize pain and recovery time. The team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin can get you back to what matters, living pain-free. Total joint replacement. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Did you know Love was born November 2nd? Did you know Love was raised in Bakersfield, California? Did you know Love played college football at Utah State? Are you looking for lots of Love touchdowns the rest of this football season? Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where we love being your one-stop shop for everything alcohol-related. With our selection of over 15,000 varieties of beer, wine, liquor, and mixers, all at the lowest prices in town, Discount Liquor has all your tailgating needs covered. We are your football party beverage headquarters. Discount Liquor, 2 locations, Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. To book your next tee time, call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com. Enjoy golf. Enjoy the Bog.
Discover Proof Pizza at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. In the heart of Milwaukee's Theater District, this modern pizzeria delivers Neapolitan-style pies, a bold grill menu, and old-school hospitality in a sleek, art-inspired setting. Whether you're craving a quick lunch or a relaxed evening bite, Proof Pizza is your go-to downtown destination. Dine in, unwind, and savor flavor that hits just right. And here's a tip. If you mention Jen Latta, you'll receive 10% off your order. Learn more at stkatearts.com.
For general contest rules, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
Congratulations to Homer on 20 years at Good Karma Brands.
Homer, congratulations on your 20th anniversary with Good Karma. The 20 years went fast. Thanks for everything you do for us here at Marquette Basketball. You are one of a kind. Let's go get 20 more years.
Hey, Home Slice, just wanted to say congratulations on your anniversary with the company. Also just wanted to remind you that the Bears still suck, but so do the Brewers. Homer, World Series 0, Maria Sapienza 1.
That's right. All you want is one. It's horrible. So many injuries for the Brewers. Fisco Auto Body, a family business owned since 1931 on Forest Home in Franklin. Fisco Auto Body, how can they be so good? Because it's a family business, and the family's still doing it. It can often be a family business, and then they pass it along to somebody else. Nope. Owned since 1931, it's not what they do, it's who they are. The Fiscos are still doing the work. Expert workmanship guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. Any damage, Fisco has you covered. Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin. You'll thank them and then eventually go, Homer. Thank you. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. So you remember the name. Tim Van Born. Now he's next.
Congratulations to Homer on 20 years at Good Karma Brands.
Oh, baby. 20 years, Homer. 20 years at Good Karma Brand. Congrats on your anniversary. Happy to call you a teammate and a friend. I just want people to know how amazing you are as a teammate and as a person, and how generous you are. There's nobody that gives more of their time and more of their resources to help others. I know you don't want anybody to know it, but you're an awesome dude, an awesome teammate, and I'm proud to call you a friend.
This year, it just feels different.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Listen to WTMJ as the Brewers make their charge to the postseason. Brewers playoff coverage is presented by the Neurospine Center of Wisconsin and featured by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
Football's back, and if you're headed up toward Green Bay, the perfect stop is Higher Love Cannabis Company, just seconds over the border in Menominee, Michigan. Less than an hour from Green Bay. An easy stop before or after the game or anytime you're passing through town. And with so many low-quality, unregulated CBD products floating around Wisconsin, trust matters. Higher Love, award-winning, organically grown, locally owned, and the real deal. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Make the best seat in the house yours. Carbless delivers the handcrafted cocktail experience right to your living room. Bold flavor, no carbs, no sugar, just 100 calories, and all the taste with none of the extra baggage. From kickoff to the final play, Carbless is your game day go-to. Hosting friends, watching with family, or celebrating every big drive, Carbless keeps the good times pouring. So when the game's on the line, make the winning call. Skip the mixing, grab the bliss, and make every seat the best seat in the house. Find Carbless near you at drinkcarbless.com.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Our office computers were from like 2012.
What? They had computers then?
Yeah, I don't know much about new tech.
Apparently.
So I went to Staples and saved big on an AI-powered HP laptop and HP OfficeJet Pro printer, which also came with 3 months of free instant ink.
And we're back in this century. During Staples HP Tech Event, save up to 35% on HP printers and up to 40% on AI-powered HP PCs.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. Into 11/1 select models only.
You're on the list for Macy's Fall VIP Sale. That means you're invited to save big on this season's top designer looks at prices you'll love, like an extra 30% off Calvin Klein, Steve Madden, Hugo Boss, and more. Plus, get 15% off beauty and fragrance from Estee Lauder, Lancome, and so many others. This only happens a few times a year. Don't miss the Fall VIP Sale tomorrow, only at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Outfit your crew. Your workforce is your brand. From uniforms to safety apparel, Alpha Custom Apparel helps you outfit your team with gear that looks sharp and works hard. We create durable, functional apparel that keeps your crew comfortable and confident on the job. No more digging through endless catalogs. We handle the details so you can focus on running your business. With fast turnaround, custom options, and friendly Midwest service, we make it easy to keep your team looking their best. Visit alphacustomapparel.com. Let's get to work.
Looking for a delicious meal without breaking the bank? Cousin Subs has you covered. Our $10 meal deal gives you a 7.5-inch ham and provolone, turkey breast, or veggie sub piled high with fresh hand-sliced ingredients, crisp veggies, and all your favorite toppings. Add a bag of chips or regular fries, a fountain drink, and a cookie, all for just $10. This deal's available online or through the Cousins app only, and you can enjoy your meal at home, at work, or delivered straight to your door, hot and fresh. Cousin Subs. We believe in better. Available at participating locations. Offer subject to change.
Tim Van Voren is brought to you by The Ticket King, your local and most trusted source for Green Bay football tickets. Visit theticketking.com or call 414-273-6007. Congratulations to Homer on 20 years at Good Karma Brands.
Homer, I grew up listening to you growing up in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. Then I got the chance to run the board for your show. What I know about you, you're going to hate every bit of complimentary thing that is said about you. But I'm a big fan. You always say I'm a Homer, not an idiot. I do my best when I say I'm a Bears fan. I'm not an idiot, but obviously being a Bears fan makes me an idiot. But Homer, you're a legend. Fantastic. Always great to be around you.
The three most important letters in sports. Even better than those.
TVV, 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 TVV.
It's Fox 6 Sports Director Tim Van Voren on the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN. Tim Van Voren is brought to you by The Ticket King, your local and most trusted source for Green Bay football tickets. Visit theticketking.com or call 414-273-6007.
The Ticket King it is. Tim Van Voren, Fox 6 Sports. Open up however you wish with what you want to tell people to be thinking about the Green Bay Packers.
First, I'd like to open by saying happy anniversary, Homer. Okay, that's first and foremost.
Thank you.
All right, secondarily, if the Packers had gotten out, if you had been given the idea going into the season, the Packers had gotten out of the first month at 3-1, I think most Packer fans would say, okay. And they have a very good chance to do that. It's just, this isn't the way you would have necessarily counted the 3 and the 1.
Yeah. Do you feel any differently about the team, long-term, big picture, than before the Cleveland game?
Not really, other than you have to run the ball some. I'm not a big fan of constantly running the ball, but you have to do it. And they really haven't done it in 3 games. So they got away with it twice. It was passable in those first 2 games, but they need more going on the ground. And I'm wondering if, the proverbial, tape gets around and teams are going to dare you to do things, is starting to bite into the Packers a little bit. And if so, then you would have some long-term concerns. 1 game, very poorly executed, complete look past the Browns, which is what the Packers did. I can tolerate all of that. Unless it's a sign of, something we're going to see much more of from opposing teams until the Packers better it.
So if I had asked you the one reason that they lost to the Browns, based on what you just said, it would have been they looked past the Browns, or am I wrong?
Well, they clearly looked past the Browns, Homer. The game plan was there a game plan? I'm not sure there was a game plan. The execution on the offensive line was spotty. And I definitely admit they had distractions during the week. Who's going to be in on the line? Who's going to be out on the line? Then you get a Tucker Kraft injury. He's a part of our game plan, a big part of our game plan. Then he might not play. I understand all of that. But clearly, a lot of drinking of the bathwater there. after 2 games, and we were all factored into it. Oh my gosh, they look so good, and the defense and all this stuff. But even at that time, Homer, we were talking about that what they were doing was getting ahead and not making mistakes. Without making a mistake against Cleveland, you still win that football game, as ugly as you were. But the Love interception and the blocked field goal, those weren't the only 2 plays, but those were such large mistakes that Green Bay couldn't overcome them.
Is there anything as far as the team that you don't understand that you can't figure out?
That's a good question, Homer.
I want to say the running game, but I don't know. That can easily be just all the injuries. But are teams playing them to just stop the run and make Jordan Love beat them? Is that an accurate analysis of the approach of teams against Green Bay?
I think yes. Okay. I mean, I don't know if exclusively. I think the Packers played right into what the Browns wanted to do the other day. And that, that's disappointing if you're a Packers fan. Let's face it, the only way the Browns could have won that game is if their defense was in the game and had the chance to win it. And you let the defense do that. That's disappointing. That's something a real good team wouldn't do. But I would say this: the last time the Packers won the Super Bowl, they had you played 16 games at that point. I think it was week 14. Maybe Chris or somebody's on it there. They lost like 10-3 or 13-6 or something like that at Detroit. And you thought, there's no way this team's going anywhere.
Yeah,
they had to win 2 games just to get into the playoffs. So, you can certainly lay an egg.
With Aaron Rodgers.
That was a game in the division. Yeah, you can certainly lay an egg. And the Packers did. And you can overcome that. I think everybody would agree with that. Again, the only sobering thing is now the sample size is growing a little bit about this running game and action up front.
I'm expecting 100 yards plus from Golden because I think he's had a spectacular 3 games, and he's only unlucky that they haven't gotten him the ball when he's been wide open. I don't think I can overstate that, but am I?
No, I think Golden's done well. I think Savion Williams has done better than I expected. I think they've had some guys open. I think they've had some possibilities. I think they've been a little bit, stubborn on trying to stick with the run when they can't do it. That's what comes first. You can't do it, so you go away from it, or you keep doing it until you get it done. I don't know, but they need to have something going on the ground. But there are plenty of positives here, and the defense doesn't shake at all. I'm just as strong on them after the Cleveland game as I was before.
I'm just so sad about the Brewers with all the injuries. It's just changed my view on how special the playoffs could be. Can you help me?
I'm going to say I've never thought a team needed a bye more than this one. They look tired. They look worn out. Yeah, I get you celebrate on a Sunday and you're all the way out in San Diego. The guys who are doing it in August, Collins and Churio, those guys need a break. It's been a mental grind. They need some of these guys back, McGill in particular. So there you go, Homer. I can help you. They need a bye. I'm actually buying into the bye.
You did help. You and Jerry Augustine. By the way, his new nickname is 755 since he was the winning pitcher in the game Hank Aaron hit his last home run. Thanks, TVV.
See you, Homer.
The weekly wager from the Potawatomi Sportsbook at the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. All right, we're a little late, but next.
Got delays along southbound 43 right now from Capitol Drive, heading down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Northbound is slow from Fond du Lac Avenue up to North Avenue. Westbound 94 slowing from 18th Street all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard.